Hey, welcome back to Deep Fried Ideas. I'm Bradley.
I'm Randy.
And I'm Bryce.
Okay, why did you look all concerned when you were saying Randy?
I don't remember. I was confused by something. Oh, that's what. I just saw a video. Okay, saw a video where it's a puzzle, and the puzzle pieces are like things. Like it's like the puzzle pieces are like a little bit 3D-ish. Like they're not like flush pieces of paper or cardboard. Mm-hmm. They're like pieces of wood. But like one's like a monkey, one's like a guy on a bicycle, and those are puzzle pieces that then go in together and create a bigger image.
That's
I saw
cool.
that, so I was like, what the heck? How do you put that together? That looks mind-blowing.
Because I don't know if you could hear it in his voice, but I could see it.
Yeah.
He said, Randy? Like,
I also forgot my name for a minute. No.
Dang it, I hate it when that happens.
No, for real though, I honestly misspelled my name on a couple of tests when I was a kid.
Well, I couldn't spell my middle name
I couldn't
until
spell
like
my middle name
high
forever.
school.
Yeah,
So
same.
probably not high school, but like middle school.
What's your middle name again?
Thomas.
Yeah, my name's Douglas.
You say hummus?
Yeah, dude.
Like
That's my
the
middle
food?
name. He's actually Mexican, and his middle
delicious,
name is
dude.
Hummus.
Thomas like the train.
Thomas, like the... I couldn't think of
Edison?
any famous... And you couldn't
Thomas
think of...
Edison,
No, I was
Thomas
trying to think of
Jefferson,
like a murderer. Thomas the Train, a murderer.
He murdered my dreams.
But yeah.
I wanted to become a train.
And I realized I couldn't.
When I grow up, Mom, I'm gonna be a train.
Well,
You
mean train driver?
One of my
No,
best friends
train.
growing up, he
Mhm.
wanted to be Spider-Man more than anything.
Well,
And he would like jump around the house, like jump off staircases and stuff. And it never happened. So whatever, good for him.
He's not Spider-Man?
Well, he's a ginger, so no. He's no Tom Holland.
Now we know who Spider-Man is. What the heck, dude? You just blew his cover.
No, I said Tom Holland, not.
No, your best friend. He grew up to become Spider-Man, and now you just blew Spider-Man's cover.
Well,
Now everybody
sorry,
knows.
he's gonna die. His family's gonna get captured, and they're gonna...
Because we all know you only had one friend. So when you say I
Yeah,
had
okay,
a
so
friend,
what's the most... we can actually say that for the podcast.
this is. Continue with your question.
Wait, I don't even
No,
know what his question
I'll
was.
ask you later.
You don't want to ask now as
Come
we're
on.
doing the podcast?
We need to get this freaking podcast
We are.
going, man.
It is going.
Legitimately,
we just been
we are
talking
in it.
about Spider-Man.
Legitimately, we are doing it right now.
I was feeling like breaking the mold.
Mind blown.
So,
Man, you're
Wait.
so confusing. First of all, we messed up a tiny bit in the introduction, and you're like, nah. And then, like, you just want to go and start it anyway.
No, dude.
so I want to kind of break the mold, anyways,
Dude, yeah.
because I feel
freaking...
like we talk about our weeks all the time, and no one wants to hear about Randy's week.
Ouch, jeez, that hurts so bad. Brutal.
No, okay. Here's
That is legitimately
here's
gonna
all
make me
three of
cry.
our weeks every
Ouch.
week in a
Seriously,
couple
ouch.
words. It's we played video games,
Ouch.
we went to work or
Wow.
school, and hate our lives.
Dang. Man, I am just so
Am I
hurt.
wrong on any of those fronts?
Wow, jeez, man. I am
Well, I did
just,
somewhat interesting things this week, so I mean,
just wow.
Because that was my week.
Wow, just ouch.
amazing.
Am I wrong, Randy?
He asked me to be his
and we watched
assistant. Wow, just
Okay.
wow.
Just
like,
wow.
Man, I am just blown away. Wow, you're just his PA. Wow.
All right. I guess
PA
Bryce wants to
means
talk about
personal
me.
assistant. Oh, thank
Oh,
you. I didn't
okay,
know what that
thank you.
means. Thank you.
If anyone's ever seen the IT Crowd,
That's what that's coming from. It's hilarious.
It's a British show.
Super
So
hilarious
I just
dry
showed Randy.
comedy.
So I've seen the first couple
It's freaking
seasons.
awesome.
And then
What is it?
Randy-
Is it like 1 or 2 seasons? Just like
It's
40,
like
50
it's like
episodes?
5, but you know,
But they're very short.
Yeah.
I think as the seasons go on, they get shorter and
yeah,
shorter.
it's like 4. It's
So I
Yeah,
think-
so
I think the
it's just
first-
a really good, like,
But it's
nice,
so
short,
good.
and concise.
The
like,
first
it took us
watch.
a day to watch all of it,
I think two.
maybe 2.
Yeah, if you blitz it out.
Yeah,
But
like
it's very fun. It's
the first season has like I think like 20 episodes, but then by the last season, I think it's got like 10.
yeah.
So like they really kind of chopped up the.
But if you ever
Seasons.
watch any kind of TV show, you hate like half the characters.
Uh-huh.
Randy and I watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We hate every single character except for one.
Yeah, legitimately.
And we still watch
And
it
even
every
that
week.
one, it's sometimes I'm like,
Yeah.
eh.
But like this show, you don't hate anyone.
I did dislike
you,
her.
You don't love one of the characters because she's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just because we're more like the other two guys.
Excuse me, I am exactly like Moss.
I was gonna say I'm.
Well,
Moss is hilarious.
I love Moss.
Do you guys like The Office?
No,
I
can't stand it.
So I think parts
Yeah,
are
fair enough.
funny, but I love Steve Carell and everything he does.
I can't stand Steve
except in The Office because
Oh no, wait. Same.
because Michael, whatever his
Bublé?
last name is, Michael, whatever his character's name is.
Michael Fox.
Yeah.
I want to
Michael
kill
Caine?
myself. Like every time I hear him talk. It's just,
Michelangelo.
there it is. No, but like I don't like that's awful. I love Jim in The Office, and I love Dwight.
Yeah.
I love their banter.
Yeah, same.
But the rest of the show,
But the rest of the show
and
is
Stanley. Stanley is fantastic.
It's called hentai and it's art.
But other than that, the show's it's all right. I've watched through the whole thing,
Yeah, I have not.
And
I've
it's-
seen like the first 10 episodes and that's it.
but I mean I don't know. It's all right. But IT Crowd is like The Office in a sense, but way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty valid.
All right, Bryce.
I
The
don't
main
know.
reason I just don't like The Office is just because I don't like Michael, Steve Carell's
Scott,
character.
Michael Scott.
Oh, is that his name?
That's his name.
Okay. I don't like Michael Scott, mainly because he's just like such stupid, forcibly cringe humor, and like if it's like accidentally cringy, then I think I find
It's
it
fine.
entertaining. But like he is like clearly is just like
It's
forcing it,
too
and,
much,
and
yeah.
it's just so much cringe humor that it's just I don't find it humorous. And all
I can
these,
see
like,
that.
the other characters, there's other character moments that I find funny, like with Dwight in them, but they're just such a small part of the show compared to
Well,
Michael.
in the last couple
that's just,
seasons,
like,
Michael's gone.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
wi-
So I'm sure I would love that, but-
No, so it gets kind of better, but then the first episode, the entire thing is about how funny poop is,
yeah, that's,
which
is
is
not
the
funny
worst
at all.
humor ever.
Well, impressions and in
Okay,
accents are my least favorite.
impressions, action,
Actions. I hate action humor, dude. It's the worst.
whatever.
When somebody
horrible.
does
But,
something,
like-
so dumb.
No,
Those Marvel movies, cancer, dude.
Yeah, I can't stand impressions. Like everybody's like, "Oh man, that impression, that's hilarious." There's nothing
okay,
funny about
he,
that.
He doesn't mind actual people's accents,
No, yeah.
but
if
when
it's
people try to
yeah, it's like-
impersonate an act,
if it's like, "Oh,
can't even say the word.
my name's Michael Caine," blah 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 blah. It's like, no, there's nothing funny about that. You're just doing a terrible impression that's not entertaining. It doesn't sound like that person.
Yeah.
So I don't find that kind of.
But
humor
professional
funny,
ones that do like they're I can't remember his name,
I don't
but
either.
he does the voice acting for like almost everyone in Star Wars.
voice
Clone Wars.
acting different.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're
But, like,
just creating a new
see,
voice for a character,
the guy
that's fine.
The guy
but-
that's Obi-Wan in Star Wars: The Clone Wars is not Ewan McGregor.
exactly.
It's someone that is interpreting his voice, doing the
Right.
impression on his voice, but does it so spot on.
Yeah, it's so
which is
good.
fine. That's fine. But like when people are like, "Hey, I'm gonna be funny," but
I'm gonna talk
awe
somewhat
and
like this
funny are
person
so
and make
different.
fun of them at the
Yeah.
same time. It's like that's not funny at all. Like, but if you're a voice actor and like that's just what you do is you're
And you're good
creating
at
a
it.
voice to this character, that's fine. Like that's absolutely funny. And then they can make jokes as that character, but by just like making a cheap imitation of that person's voice and then pointing out a bunch of stupid things about that person, it's like there's
No, I
nothing
agree,
funny
yeah.
about that. But that's just me. Bryce, what do you find not funny? Yeah, same.
Like, so, like, when it's purely organic levels of, like, cringe, in which somebody is, like, really just having, like, a bad time.
So you like
Like, I
forced
heard-
cringe, but you don't like organic cringe.
Well, I find The Office funny, but I don't, if it's, like, a middle school talent show and some dude's, like, bombing up there trying to be funny, then holy crap, get me out of this situation,
Well, yeah,
you know?
that's just bad. No bueno.
Well, some people really love that stuff.
That's because
It's
they're
just,
sadistic.
Like, totes not for me.
Yeah.
But, so your week, Brad, has just been depressing?
Oh, I mean, if we are gonna talk about our weeks, I could
No,
say some
Brad.
cool
Brad
things.
actually hates weeks. He hates the fact
I
that he's
only
still
like
alive.
months. I
Yeah.
hate weeks.
He's like, dang it, I'm in another week, man. When am I gonna get to these months that people are talking about?
And
No,
desperate.
I'm sure I could think of something about my week, but let me not go
Forget
first.
about it.
So,
Forget about
Bryce,
it.
you said
Okay.
seemed like you had some really important things about your week.
The most important. I've actually been playing different like video games. I've been playing some more Diablo and stuff. And I recently started playing Bayonetta 1 on PC. And holy crap, I was playing the game on normal and it was kicking my freaking ass.
Maybe you just
very
need to
hard.
get good, scrub.
And yeah, I think I am. I think I was like, man, is this game really hard or am I just trash?
Both.
And then I figure out about probably 5-7 hours, like probably halfway through, that you can equip weapons. So I've just been fighting everything with like kicks and punches. And then I equip a katana and do like 5 times as much damage to everything. And then I'm like, whoa, dude, this game is like 20 times easier.
Wow.
Freaking holy crap. But it's still pretty hard. It's been fun. You know, just climaxing on a boss is just the best.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an appropriate time to use that word.
Dude,
Go
that's
on.
what it's called.
Yeah.
Hit X and Y to climax.
Yeah, man, the developers for that game, they really, I don't think they,
They're probably just teenage boys.
I was gonna say, I think
dude.
No, I was just saying,
like,
they 100% knew what they were talking about, and I think they just didn't care. They're just like, nah.
No, it's just
It's
like,
hilarious. We're gonna make a reference.
Bayonetta is like a provocative character, like, honestly.
Predominant character.
It should be predominant as the main character.
Dude, what is it with this main character being in the game all the time? Like, geez.
Yeah, so I did that, and then I also
It's like getting mad about playing a
up.
Spider-Man game and only seeing Spider-Man.
Why can't I be Wolverine?
Jeez, where the
I just
heck
wanted
is
to play
Professor
Scorpion the entire
Xavier?
time.
Jeez. Oh wait,
Um,
no, wait, never mind. For a second I was thinking I had gone into a totally different universe by referencing the X-Men. I was like, oh no, they are in the Marvel universe,
Well,
they just
a
nobody
different
talks
universe
about
as far as Sony and Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, Sony and
Sony and Disney.
Disney.
Yeah.
I almost said DC, which is, again, different universe.
You're not wrong.
Except in games where they're in the same universe.
Crossovers. Hate it.
Yeah. So, have you guys ever had like a situation where you realize something like
No.
a couple hours into a game or something like that, and then you realize something and it became like 10 times easier?
Brad, I'm sure you have a lot of experience.
Yeah, this morning I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, breathing is a thing?
Oh, dude, this would make
No.
life so
Okay,
much easier.
The first time we played Ark,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was, but I didn't realize you could
Eat.
and
Therefore you kept starving to death? I don't know.
I don't know, but like
I feel like that was what it was.
something. I like maybe I shouldn't have used this reference because I forget what exactly it was. But like it went from I couldn't survive for the first like 3 days. I couldn't build anything. I was like, what is happening? And now that I start a completely new character and I can build a house, a fire, like everything in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like I never got over that bump in Don't Starve Together because I still have that in Don't Starve
and
Together.
Don't Starve Together. I don't even. I tried to play the other day actually. I don't even know how to like progress technology wise because like I need gold, but I have to get something to get the gold, and I can't get the thing to get the gold.
Right. Yeah.
So,
And then, yeah, some games like honestly should come with like a freaking wiki book. Honestly,
Right. Yeah.
because
Half
if
the
you
time.
try and play the game without like knowing anything,
first time I played Diablo,
Yeah.
I didn't know about skills.
Really?
Yep. So I was stuck
That's
with my
brutal.
right and left trigger the entire time. And,
Brutal.
and I was like halfway through the first time me doing the campaign. I'm like, why is this so hard? I'm on like the second most difficult or second easiest difficulty because I didn't want to go easiest. That's lame.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, what?
Why am I still getting the crap kicked out of me?
Why was I told there's progression in this game when I have the same 2 moves 2 hours ago? I can
And you
hardly
didn't
kill
register that it was saying, hey, new
did you
skill?
even like try and
No.
change your primary or
Well,
whatever?
So okay,
Every time you level up, it says new skill acquired, and then it highlights the skill button for you to click on it.
There's a little, you know, there's the sub menu, and then there's a little plus over the primary, and you know.
so I just lost 2 friends tonight because they bullied
Yeah,
me.
yeah, and then also, yeah, Bryce brings up a good point. Whenever you would have gotten a new skill in that for your primary and secondary, it would have highlighted that button saying you can upgrade this skill.
But
So did you just
I think-
just not know about the upgrade
He
menu?
just played the first half of the game with his eyes closed.
No, so I started playing this game my
When he was 5.
junior or senior year in high school, I think.
Oh man.
And so that's been 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So when the game started coming out, I'm so inexperienced at that time. I think the only 2 games I've ever played before that was Crash Nitro Kart, which it's a racing game. If you don't know how to play that, that's
And apparently,
That explains it.
in Crash Nitro
Break
Kart,
and
there's also no
accelerate,
buttons because he didn't know how to click the button to upgrade.
He just thought his character was a car.
Oh,
So he was trying
that's
to
the
break
problem.
and
and
accelerate.
then the other game was a FPS like it was Battlefront 2 probably or 1 or 2.
Gotcha.
And so like I didn't know about how intricate games could be.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
You're used to Pac-Man.
Tetris, actually.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
But my mom's the Pac-Man player.
Yeah. Therefore, you will not be the Pac-Man player.
No, well, I hate that game. I'm so bad at it.
That's pretty racist.
Why is my voice showing up so small here?
Because you're so quiet.
Do I need to talk loud?
Jeez.
Jeez. Sorry, y'all.
I can hear you just fine. So
I can't hear you at all. I'm actually
And
blind.
you're right next. You're
I'm
blind.
actually blind, so I can't hear you. Help me, please.
But no, so like, I mean,
Where
it was
are you?
probably much faster than I learned about it. But I just like, I just didn't like. I'm not a very
There you
aware.
are.
I'm not a very
How are
aware
you?
person.
Hold me. Ow! I went blind. You
Oh,
just,
do you see how loud that was?
you just smack a blind person. That's so rude.
Anyways,
Can't believe
anything
you would do
else about
this.
your week, Bryce?
I also
Something really
finished
important to talk
the
So important.
the game
Hot topic.
You say hot topic or off topic?
I have a very
Both of which
hot
would be off topic.
He's got a real hot topic.
It's off topic to
Okay.
everything we've ever talked
He's
about.
nuts.
Well, I'll finish up real fast, I guess. So I finished Devil May Cry, which is not the first game, which is in the reboot, which is actually technically the 5th installment in the franchise,
So we got
which
like
is kind of the bastard
Borderlands,
child of the
Holy crap,
franchise.
my
2,
mind just blew up.
Borderlands the pre-sequel, Borderlands the
Something like
pre-pre-sequel.
that. Like,
Borderlands,
it's considered
Borderlands
in
2
terms of-
VR is coming out here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, come on!
Nope,
Just
for
work
real.
on 3, dude.
Nah, dude,
I don't
100%.
have a,
They wanted to make
I
sure
don't have VR.
they wanted to make sure that they got out Borderlands 2 VR before the hunt happened, so it's now out. So
Before the hunt happened?
yeah, dude, the hunt. Have you ever heard of the hunt? Do you know what the hunt is?
The Hunt Showdown? Hammerlock's Hunt?
I don't know what
There's
you're
lots
talking
of
about.
hunts.
No. So the
Nope.
hunt is a Borderlands community event that happens every year, and what happens? It's mainly with streamers, but everybody can take part in it as well. Every single legendary in the game, legendary weapon, is given a point value. And so your goal is you start the game. Everybody has to start the game fresh. You play through the game, and your goal is to try to get as many legendaries as you can. The goal is to try to get as many points as you can. So you want to go after as many legendaries, and really you want to go after as many good, like important legendaries, because they're going to have a higher point value than the super cheap ones. And so you just play through the game trying to get as many legendaries as you can.
See,
it
I
lasts
try to,
like
when I play.
it lasts like a week or so, I
play that
think,
game,
and then
I would play the
total
game,
it up.
and I could either focus on getting legendaries or focus on playing the game.
Yeah,
Because
I don't know. Like, I
Usually
feel
you-
honestly like Borderlands 2, like, as soon as you install it, half of the legendaries are just, like, outlawed from you getting them. Because I freaking swear, man, back on 360, I killed Doc Mercy probably about 2,000 times to get that stupid Infinity Pistol, and he never dropped it.
well, I mean, Randy and I were playing. We
Yeah,
got.
words.
Sorry, I couldn't talk.
What?
It was weird because it took Randy a while, and
For
then
what?
because you were playing without me for a little bit
Uh-huh.
to get the Infinity Pistol, and then
Oh, yeah.
you came and brought me to
Yeah,
it.
I'm
First
so mad
time I
about
got it.
As soon as you get it once, then it's just like, oh yeah.
Oh,
you get
and it was way better than yours.
Yeah.
That was the first try.
I'm mad about it.
And
Oh, there it is.
that was funny.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Like,
There it is.
I don't think that game would allow it to drop.
Yeah. And also, I mean, you're not required, but really to be able to actually competitively do the hunt, you have to have all of the DLCs, because you have to be able to get all of them from all the different things. But
And, like, if you don't have all the DLCs at this point, what
exactly,
are you doing?
Exactly. Because they go on sale so much. They go on
I
sale
don't
so
have
often.
them.
Well, that's your own fault.
But that's
It's
cool.
like $10 on sale for like the whole complete package.
But I'll pay money to things I play, like Ark.
But yeah, so then
That's
there's
all I play now.
so there's a few unique weapons that have point values. Then there's all the legendaries that have point
Holy
values, and so you just
legendaries.
gotta
how
go
many
through.
how many points does
And then
the
there's
hive?
also the Seraph and the Pearlescence that also have.
Those are all DLC, right?
No, the Pearlescence are Seraph. Maybe they are as well. Oh yeah, they are required.
No, they're not.
No, the Pearlescence
Yeah,
are not.
they are.
Pearlescence are
Seraph
not.
weapons are. Seraph weapons are.
Seraph weapons are.
Okay.
Pearlescence are not.
Well, actually, the pearlescent weapons might be tied to the Ultimate Vault.
They are.
upgrade
They are. But
packs.
I think
So
you
they're
paid for
DLC.
is that? Oh, I didn't realize
That's
that the.
one DLC.
I forgot that the
There's
Ultimate
two.
Vault was a
There's
DLC.
No,
two.
I'm saying that's one of them. Like there's that one, and then
Yeah.
there's like 20 more.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't realize. I forgot that the Ultimate Vault Hunter was a DLC. I was thinking that came
We're
based.
casual, dude. Inexcusable.
Jeez, brutal. But yeah, so
you're the only one that's ever beaten all of them, I think.
yeah, but yeah, so like each one of them, all of the things come with it.
Oh dang, that was worth 7 points. Let's get that one.
And I can't remember.
Hey, we should get a VR when
Yeah, dude.
See, I want to buy a VR.
Right, same.
But
And I
mainly
can't
just
remember-
it's like $600 though, and you have to like
playing
devote.
any like really good game on it is gonna be great.
And I'm trying to remember, but I believe everybody is required to play with the patch on. I can't remember if everybody's.
You had me install.
Yeah. So the community patch, I think you have to because that's how they.
That's so interesting.
So you keep track of your own points, but I believe everybody has to keep track, or everybody has to be using the community patch, because it balances that out and makes sure it's available, but then also because the community patch, it makes it so that then there are some weapons in the base game that aren't farmable. If you don't get it when you finish the quest line, sorry, you're done. You can't do it. And there's those weapons are on the list, and so because of that, I'm pretty sure everybody has to be using the.
So it made quest weapons farmable.
Yeah, there's one weapon in the game called the Grog Nozzle, and that if you don't get it when you finish the quest line for it, then
it actually takes it away at the end of the quest line.
Exactly.
You only get it during the quest.
But even still, sometimes you won't even get it in the quest, which is weird. But that's actually a bug that they just never fixed, I don't think.
That's weird because you need the gun to complete the quest.
You just can't complete the quest at that point. But
just you're screwed.
At that point, then you're just done. But then with the community patch, it makes it so then you can farm a different boss and you'll be able to get it back at the end.
Okay, that's super cool.
I think because of that, everybody who's doing the hunt has to use the community patch, so that then everybody's on an equal playing field and everybody can farm those weapons that you necessarily wouldn't necessarily be able to do.
So tell me, what are the rewards for this activity?
It's a lot for charity.
Was it just like a thing for streamers to get on board? And, like,
yes. So there's a lot of streamers do giveaways depending on how many points you reach. Like they're like, all right, the first person to reach whatever point I'll give away this, what not, and such. But then also there's the giveaway, it's also meant for a charity thing that as people are watching the hunt, they will donate to charity. And anybody who's, I don't know if it's required, but I'm pretty sure it's required. Everybody who is going to be streaming the hunt and actually taking part in the hunt, I don't know if I don't know if it's required, but it's at least like basically taboo if you don't. But all of the donations that are given to most of those streamers go to charity. There might be some streamers that I don't know about that just keep up, but as far as I know, like any donations received during the hunt just go to charity because it's a charity event put on by the Borderlands community, so it's pretty dope.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's like, there's some weapons that are like, oh geez.
You just deleted it.
No, I just scrolled over.
You just delete System 32.
Yeah, there you go. It's just gone.
Oops.
But yeah, like there's some weapons that are worth like 9 points, and they're because of that they're like super difficult to get, and then there's some that are like worth like 1-2 points, and there's like the super easy ones. And so as you're going through, you just have to make sure that you keep track of which ones you get, and then you keep a tally of like whether you've got it. Usually people have this pulled up and they're just like, got that one, check, got that one, check, and then they go through and play it. And I don't remember how long it lasts, but it's pretty dope. It's pretty interesting.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool.
I don't remember how we got on that tangent. There you go.
Honestly, no idea.
I don't know either.
Yeah, and so then also they keep a tally of like who the community keeps track of who is in what place, and the thing is the first person to get all of the weapons and reach the max point, which is 900. And so everybody's playing to try to compete to see who can win the hunt.
We should compete. Just kidding. I don't think I have time for that. So Randy, do you want to share us a little something? A little bit of something about your week?
Nothing. I did nothing. Not allowed to talk about my week. Apparently.
That's right. You're on probation.
Yeah.
So anything random?
Um,
Any like highlights?
no highlights. Got nothing.
Just depressing, sat at home.
All by
I mean, honestly, I didn't see you
myself.
much this week, so that's probably true. You know, I wasn't in your life, so just. Okay. The question that I did want to ask you guys
Oh, so
was.
you don't even ask me about my week.
Yeah.
I thought you already shared your week.
You
When-
can do the hunt co-op too.
Oh no way.
Mm-hmm. You can absolutely do a co-op.
Can we do a tryout?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can play as many people as you want.
What about 6 off?
Nope.
I
Sorry.
think 4 is the max, anyways.
Dang it.
And then
Yes.
you also can't use golden keys as well. 'Cause that's
Well,
cheating.
that'd be freaking lame as hell.
Yeah, and you have to start a brand new character with no badass points as well. You can't use badass.
Oh, not at all.
Nope, you gotta have it completely disabled.
Well, because
Because
if
there's
you
people
have
who have
those
been playing
enabled, somebody
thousands
that like
of
actively
hours.
plays will
Yeah.
just be dealing 10 billion damage straight off.
So you got like there's
Well,
people
see,
who
I
be
said
dealing
that
billion
forgetting the fact that they carry over.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
now that's the
So
thing,
because of that,
then
you can't
obviously,
have
because
any
I think I
badass
only have
points.
like 12 badass points.
Okay, well, Brad,
Oh, there we go. So never
how
mind.
was your week?
The community patch is not allowed. You cannot play with the community patch.
Oh.
I couldn't remember if
Oh,
it
that
was
sucks.
on or it wasn't on. I couldn't remember which, but yeah. So you can't use the community patch.
Interesting.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense.
I think the reason they do that is because they
It's
want console
just
players.
a level playing field,
Oh,
right?
true it.
And
Yeah.
it's not official.
Yeah. Well, the main reason is because like if they were to make it so that then you could use the community patch, at that point only console players would be able to use it, or
And they
sorry,
would
only
finish
PC
so
players.
much quicker.
And so because of that, it would just kind of make it impossible for console players. And so to make it
Oh,
available for
sure.
everybody, they just say no.
Well, just like download
No,
the
'cause
internet onto your Xbox.
that's not how it works. You
Or just
on
everyone go to PC because it's better.
on console you can't access the console commands. It's just not a feeture that's available, and so because of that, that's why you can't use the community patch.
How ironic, man.
Yeah, I know,
You
right? You
can't
can't.
console commands on the console.
The irony is just.
Brad,
What was your week, Brad? You were
I
gonna
just
say
I just
something.
I just felt left out. I
gonna do
I don't know.
something.
I mean, I was gonna say something and then I forgot. That's why I just said what I said.
Nice.
all
Detective
right,
Pikachu.
moving on.
Detective Pikachu.
Ryan Reynolds, Detective
Ryan
Pikachu.
Reynolds, dude.
What a
Pikachu.
show! So,
The only reason that movie's gonna be good,
okay, so
and because Charizard looks amazing.
Charizard looks so cool.
I think he looks kind of like garbage, honestly.
What?
Oh, you're
It
fired.
just-
You're
it looks-
fired.
You're fired. He looks like a
just looks
dragon.
like- he looks like old and wrinkly. It's
You look
gross.
old and wrinkly.
And Pikachu looks like a stuffed
Aw.
animal. So
Yeah, he seriously looks like a fuzzy animal.
Listen, I hope that like he thunderbolts somebody at least once in that movie, and Team Rocket has to be in it. Just saying,
they have to be in it.
I don't want Team Rocket.
have to be. Come on.
I don't want Team
You can
Rocket.
have
Team Rocket's
Show him, like-
cancer.
in a little like in the cardboard box or
Okay,
something,
so
man.
in
Just a little
the
Okay, nothing against what you said, Bryce.
What?
But all the time when I'm listening to podcasts or anything, people are like, "Okay, let's talk about this new movie coming out. It has to have this." Well, no, it doesn't. They can
It
have.
has to.
They can literally do whatever they want to. So
Well, you know
No,
what I
it's
mean.
literally-
I'm not like
It's legitimately
they're gonna be
required.
dead to me, and I'm not gonna watch the movie if it isn't. I'm like, yo, it's like it's out there, it's hanging there. Like, just grab it and use it. I don't know, but if it's
no,
not,
like
whatever.
it's fine if it's in there, but like it's just as fine if it's not in there.
No, it's literally gonna be a
so
garbage movie.
iconic though. I feel like it'd be like
Okay, he's a little wrinkly.
it'd be weird.
Charizard's a little wrinkly. I'll admit that, but he
Listen,
looks cool.
I
as
think it's
anything.
mainly his texture that bothers me.
I think that's it. Like, but
Well,
to be fair, when you look in
all of
closer,
the
it's
textures look weird.
well. I think what it is that because in the comics, in the thing, there's no distinction as to whether they're furry or not. For example, Jigglypuff in the picture, like in the Pokemon,
video games or Pokemon
Yeah, the video
Pokédex,
games.
whatever.
it's just a smooth ball, and so it's like, is that just a flesh ball? Like, is it
Because-
just skin or is it fur?
Well,
Because
so- and
and
Charizard
I see
is
why
not
they
a
made a lot of
dinosaur.
them
I mean,
fuzzy.
he's not
because
a-
if they're
yeah.
just flesh balls, they'd be like 10 times creepier.
Yeah, and so because of that, in the movie, they made
He looks like a
Um,
gremlin.
they made a
Jigglypuff.
have
Look like
fur
a gremlin.
instead of being just a smooth ball of
Keep the picture up.
flesh. It's got fur, and so with with Charizard, he is smooth as well. Like, he's got no texture to him. He's just smooth orange. And so because of that, in the show, they gave him texture of, like, they had lines going across him of scales and stuff. Yeah, true.
Jigglypuff is a gremlin.
And so they gave him lines that he's even got scars across his eyes where it looks like he's had been cut before and stuff. And so because of that, like,
well,
he
it looks like he's in a
bit,
freaking MMA ring.
Yeah, exactly.
At least in the trailer.
And so because of that, he looks a little bit wrinkly.
Wait,
but it's just
MMA
because,
or why not? Can he just
cage
be in a
fight.
gym?
No, he's just in a cage
fighting,
fight.
whatever, man.
But so because of that, like, he looks wrinklier than he normally should and what you would necessarily envision him as, but just because he's got actual scales now. He actually looks like he's got a scaled dragon body, whereas in normal cartoon, he's just a smooth freak. I don't know. I like him. I think it looks awesome.
I think the CGI looks great. I think the movie's gonna be garbage.
Yeah.
Ryan
I
Reynolds
think it's
will
gonna
be the best.
be cheesy and unbearable at some points, but Ryan Reynolds is gonna be great, and maybe watch again.
One of the things that I loved right off the bat was, like, at first I was gonna be like, all right, so what is it? Why is this Pikachu different than any other one that people can understand it, or why is this guy different that everybody that he can understand all Pokemon?
Wait, can you understand all Pokemon?
He cannot. I thought that's what I thought it was going to be going with.
That's
Is like a Dr. Doolittle kind of thing. Like, he can just hear Pokemon. But what it is only this Pikachu and only that guy can understand each other. This Pikachu cannot talk to other people, and the other people cannot understand any other Pokemon. And so because of that, it's super cool, because, like, when you hear this
they just
Pokemon...
like, I wonder if they'll tell us why,
I have no
what the
idea,
connection
but, like,
is.
But so because of, like, you see this Pikachu, and he just looks like a normal Pikachu, and then he starts talking, and he's
And
got
you're
a
like-
Ryan Reynolds voice. But then when that Pikachu talks to other people, it's just the cute little Pika Pika thing.
Yeah, and the changes there.
Exactly.
It goes, because I wonder if Ryan Reynolds says Pika Pika.
I doubt it. I don't know, maybe. But I think it's hilarious just to see,
I'd be
like, the
interested in
drastic difference. But then you also don't... What I was get worried about is, like, man, now they're going to have to make a voice for every Pokemon, and what if one voice doesn't match what the Pokemon should be?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that bothers me with any kind of thing, like with Dr.
We
Doolittle.
probably won't even hear about it.
Yeah, but, like, exactly, and that's what I'm hoping.
Because the mime
'Cause,
didn't
like,
talk.
exactly.
Mimic, or whatever his name
Because, like, with Dr. Doolittle, they now have to put a voice to every single
let's
animal.
go even more. We just watched Zookeeper
Yeah,
today.
which is worst.
Which awful, right?
I just figured Dr.
And
Doolittle is, like, basically the same thing, but more popular.
But we hear a monkey.
Yeah.
He's got a deep, scratchy voice.
Yeah,
and it's
that
a
is not...
capuchin.
Yeah, capuchin
A
monkey.
capuchin monkey. Cute, small little monkey. And he's like, hey, yeah,
What up?
What up, guys? Like, smoker voice almost.
Yeah.
It's like, no. And then you get, like,
just
the
doesn't match
lion
it.
that kind of has a... It's who?
It's Sylvester
It's
Stallone.
Sylvester... That's not a lion voice.
Yeah, I don't picture him as a lion.
I picture him as a gazelle.
If they got
Sylvester
Liam Neeson...
Stallone was
Neeson.
a lion?
No, Liam Neeson is a lion. That's...
Oh, yeah, of course.
But
Well, he
Sylvester
is-
Stallone...
he's Aslan,
exactly.
dude.
He's Aslan.
Aslan.
But I think because of it now, it's just like, he's a lion. He's great. But, so I'm glad that they're
yeah.
not going with
At least
all
it
the
seems like
Pokemon.
it.
All the Pokemon can talk.
Okay, I said Mimic didn't talk. He's a mime,
Yeah,
so he's not
exactly.
going to talk. But Charizard didn't talk. He just blew fire.
Exactly. He just roared. But I don't know. And it's possible that they do later. I'm
And
hoping
okay,
that
another
they
reason
don't.
why Team Rocket shouldn't be in the movie, this isn't Ash's
They're
Pikachu.
worthless. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shouldn't. Come on, man.
Yeah, but to be fair, this isn't.
This could
isn't
be
Ash.
before or after. This could be hundreds of years after Pokemon came out.
Yeah.
Or like
I mean,
the
all of
games.
them are,
The
yeah.
game. So.
I suppose.
So Team Rocket could be dead, or like 60-year-olds. That I wouldn't mind if like
The
really,
Meowth being
like
old.
super old Team Rocket, and they're like, I remember in my day when we used to hunt
Meowth
Pokemon.
is blind at this point.
He's got completely blind. Where are you guys? Where are you at? The only Pokemon that can speak.
Where is you?
Where is you at? But yeah,
So I mean,
That would
I'm
be
excited
funny.
for the movie. I just am going in with zero expectation.
yeah. I'm a little bit more interested in it now after I've seen that video, and seeing like the herd of Bulbasaurs was
That
awesome.
looked awesome.
That was so funny because I was like, oh, it's like a little group of Bulbasaurs just out in the wild doing what they want. The wild.
Wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else about Detective
And the fact that
Pikachu?
he's got the little hat.
He does have a cute.
It's
Which,
a-
you can have that same hat in
I don't know. I
Super Smash
I
Bros.
kind of take
You
a little
can?
bit of an issue with like
Awesome.
maybe the main premise of it. It just seems like,
He's so funny.
and I guess it's dumb because like why am I even like analyzing this movie this much? But it's just like I feel like we've gone through like the your father was the best in the business, but you're kind of a deadbeat, so and you don't want to do anything, but you get pulled into it anyway. I feel like it's like.
But
Yeah.
there's only so many movie prototypes that they can go off of.
I know, but if you're creative enough,
they can
there's
speak. She's got the
creative
mic.
people to make
no,
up like
but one of her
more
abilities
stuff.
is that
I was
she's
expecting
just-
like I would have liked maybe something a bit more original, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and everything could change. Like that doesn't
Everything
seem
can change.
like, that doesn't seem like such a big.
When the Fire Nation attacked, yeah, that's true.
I think that's a slow bro right there.
Really?
No. What do you mean? What Pikachu? What Pikachu?
Plusle.
What Pikachu?
Because she has the pink ears.
Who?
Plusle?
I don't
Plus
think
or
so.
minus?
I don't. Maybe.
Is it minus or is it minus?
Minus.
I don't know. My numbusole.
I mean, honestly, it could
My
be
numbing soul.
it could be menace to society.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, we're going off topic, but this is my question for the night.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, not question, my topic that I wanted to talk
Oh,
about.
it's a Blissey apparently, whatever that is.
I don't even know.
Me neither.
Interessante. Okay,
Yeah.
so, Bryce, you might be able to clarify this, but I'm not sure.
Squirtle.
Schools are run by the state, right?
Squirrel. Oh no, school. Sorry. I
Well,
thought you
it
said
depends.
squirrels.
Sorry,
what
like-
school are you talking about?
I'm talking about, what is it?
talking about like elementary, high
I thought
school.
we were gonna talk
You're
about
talking about
squirrels
private
and ruining the
schools. You're
world.
talking about
No,
charter
yeah,
schools.
Public schools, elementary to high school.
Public, yes, they're run by the state.
Well,
Yeah.
public schools are run by the owner, right?
No,
I
private.
mean, private schools are owned by the runner.
Yeah.
Or run by
Run by
the
the
owner
owner.
and I think regulated a
Majority
little bit by the state.
shareholders.
But don't
There
quote
you
me
go.
on that.
Fist
I'm
with
no
the
expert in the
business.
subject.
Okay, so I'm talking about public school, elementary school to high school,
Okay.
and being it's by
Okay.
the state.
Okay. I'm listening, dude. I mean, I was
Um,
all ready to talk about squirrels, but now you're talking about schools. So.
Being as it is part of the state, I'm guessing it's just Georgia because that's what I can know about. Something interesting just happened. I was talking to Randy a little about it today. So, and it could be a nationwide thing, but apparently not.
You see, this conversation that we had a minute ago is making a whole lot more sense now that I understand we're talking about schools, not squirrels. It made a lot less sense.
These public schools are run by the state.
It made a
Don't
lot
you
less
forget
sense
it.
with the basis that this was public squirrels. Now that it's public schools,
Okay, so I'm learning Norwegian. I should just maybe learn English.
makes some more sense.
Make some more sense.
Makes some more
Make
sense.
some more sense. Okay, so public schools in Georgia. It could be
Okay.
other places, but Georgia's what I know. Have banned kids from wearing expensive
Unbelievable.
jackets.
Wow.
I don't know what they've
Like,
coined.
what are we talking about?
So
Expensive.
I don't know what they've coined expensive, but I'm guessing
Above $3,000 for a jacket.
Like I'm guessing maybe a polo jacket. I'm guessing maybe like North Face. I don't know if that's expensive. I feel like
No.
North Face.
That's like
It can
mid-range,
be.
maybe.
Okay, but like
If that's expensive, then you're gonna have kids going to like freaking Goodwill.
That's where
and
I'm
just
going.
bringing, like,
well,
jackets.
see that okay.
Get
That's
AIDS from
that's-
your jacket.
No, that's one thing I was gonna talk about. What if I go to Ross,
Okay.
get a really cheap but good brand?
Too bad.
Like, sorry, I paid $5 for this. Yeah, a year ago it was $200, but like, but anyways. So, and the reason they're doing that
Okay.
is it is
Tell me why.
what
Tell
I
me why.
what was it? What did I coin it?
Financial shaming or something
Yeah,
like that?
financial or money shaming or something. And like,
Oh, were you just flexing like
Yeah,
your
basically.
fancy
What-
stuff?
sorry, I got this hoodie for Christmas.
Sorry, my parents have a job.
I'm
Just kidding.
in elementary.
Oh.
I'm a third grader. Santa Claus brought me this nice jacket for Christmas. I'm wearing it, and it's
Nope.
cold outside.
No, get
So
out of
I have to
school.
take
You
it off
can't wear it.
because I'm shaming people. No, I'm a third grade kid that I don't know what's going on. I'm wearing my clothes that are in my closet. Like,
Charizard.
are you getting mad at me for that? So
Yeah.
my biggest thing is,
I'm really mad about it.
okay, schools are preparing you for the real world. They're
Yeah.
not at all, but like that is what
But
schools should
theoretically,
be
that's
doing.
their purpose.
Dang.
So
They
sorry
tried
that
to.
what if I'm sitting in Starbucks one day, I have I don't know what's a fancy brand jacket.
I don't know.
You could have the $6,000 double DFI jacket.
Okay,
There you
I
go.
have a Gucci jacket on.
That's what I was trying to come up with the name of.
Gucci. Okay,
Or what's
sorry,
the one with the double C's?
Chaps plus
good.
champions.
No. Oh, no. What is that?
have no
Maybe
idea.
it's the Gucci
That's
thing.
Gucci, right?
Is it?
I don't know. I thought Gucci was a G.
I don't know. I
Maybe
don't
I'm
wear
an idiot.
expensive
Oh,
clothes,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I think-
Oh, is it 2 C's? Oh, it is.
That's what I was
It's
thinking.
a GG.
It's a GG, but
Or
it
GC.
also looks like
Oh.
a C. I don't know. That's what I was thinking of. Is
It looks
Gucci.
like that'd be a cool design for like a car. Anyways,
You're a
so
cool design for a
I'm sitting
car.
in Starbucks, right? I have a Gucci jacket on, but because I work hard for my money, and I bought a Gucci. I mean, I will never be able to afford that.
No, he's
Or you
just
got lucky.
he wants to
somehow
let
got
everybody know
sale.
right now that he's got a Gucci jacket right there.
Ugh, they're so ugly. Anyways, okay, I buy one. Whatever. I'm wearing it
There
at
you go.
Starbucks. Someone walks up to me and says, "I'm offended. You're money shaming me. Take it off, or I'm gonna sue you."
I'm getting offended that you're wearing a jacket.
Like,
Sue away.
like,
Get away.
yeah. Well, but apparently that works because kids can't wear nice jackets to school.
That's
Unbelievable.
crap.
So like that you're not preparing them for that, and it's like what benefit does that have? Yeah, like sorry that my parents are richer than your parents. It could be something that you just can't afford. That's fine. Like I'm not trying to money shame you here. I'm just wearing what I have, and if I can't
That's
afford
just the way that life is.
if
bud.
I can afford something, then I'm gonna
Some
buy
people
it.
are just have like more money or whatever, have nicer things than you in life. It's just a fact of life.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
And
like not
if a
everybody
kid
can
doesn't
have
learn
the
that-
nicest, greatest clothes. You know, some people won't have to go discount shopping like me, and some people will have the latest fashions. It's
And if
should
So like
and
Whatever.
if you're that hot and bothered that your kid is gonna see some other kid wearing a nice jacket, take him to a school that has a uniform.
take him to a public or private school.
Well, even if they
have
can't
to wear
even if
that.
they can't pay for a private school, just there's some public schools that have uniforms.
Yeah.
So take them to a school that has a uniform.
Okay, so
done, easy.
No,
Like,
no, listen.
if
to
it
this, okay.
really bothers you that
So,
much,
A kid has a jacket that a parent bought. For
Sure.
him. So
as
whatever.
most kids don't
Most
go out
kids
and buy their
don't buy
own
their
jackets.
clothes. So now think of it in this way.
I sure as heck did.
I didn't try it all in school,
Sure.
and I'm offended that
That's
this
the only reason I got through school is because how nice my jacket was.
right. Well,
That's the only reason.
I didn't try in school, but I'm offended that someone got a higher grade than me.
Mhm.
And they're gonna tell me, well, sorry, you need to try harder. Well, sorry, your parents need to try harder to make more money to give you a jacket.
Oh!
Like,
Jeez!
like
Hot stuff.
again. So it's not right for me to be offended at
Brutal.
that when someone can be offended at something else. So like, if,
Well,
if
I mean, even in class, you know, somebody could say, well, you know, like obviously since you didn't make a better grade, you didn't work as hard. But that's crap because sometimes I know I've gotten a harder teacher than other people have gotten an easier teacher. Like I think this just comes down to the fact
It's just
that
a way of
honestly,
life.
yeah, sorry, you got
Life
lucky,
is not fair.
or
And-
yeah, life not fair. You can't pick and choose what you shield your kids from and not when it's something that is out of your control.
Mhm.
You can't just try to hide bad things from people because then they never learn, and then as soon as something happens, then they blame other people. They can't put blame on themselves.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Stupid.
I don't know. It's just super frustrating to me that that's
Mad about it.
like that's actually happening.
Mad about it.
When I was in school, yeah, I didn't have the nicest clothes. I didn't
Mad
have the
about
worst
it.
clothes. I didn't have the nicest though, and I wasn't ever like, man,
I can be honest. I would say that I did not have like the nicest hip, like the super good clothes. It was most of my clothes were just hand-me-downs because like I've got 6 siblings.
I would be wearing
I-
dresses if mine were hand-me-downs. I
Yeah,
don't have
no.
brothers.
No, yeah, I've got 3 older brothers, and so like most of my clothes were just like clothes that my older brothers handed down, and whatever. I didn't care. I can't think of a single instance where someone was like, "Hey, dude, nice jacket."
making
loser."
fun of you because you have a bad jacket.
I
that's a movie.
can't
That's a
think-
movie thing.
I can't think of a single moment where I felt like I was like, I mean, I was less cool because I was less cool, not less cool because I wasn't wearing super
Right.
dope clothes.
Like,
I was just a nerd, and that's just the way that life is. I cannot think of an instance where I was like, man, I just keep getting picked on because I got this lame jacket.
nobody.
like-
I don't remember one time where I was like, even thought about someone's dressing, like how they dressed. Like, not once.
I've thought about when people didn't dress.
Maybe girls.
weren't dressed.
I was like, oh, they're cute, right, whatever. But like, never was I like, man, that's a memorable outfit. That's why I don't buy expensive clothes because I don't care. But I don't know.
Yep, I
So-
feel you. I feel you, dude.
Yeah, that's been irking me the past couple of
Irking.
days.
Dude, I'm glad you could get it off your chest.
No, it's still not. I'm even.
Dude,
mad.
get it
more,
off your chest, dude.
I'm more mad when I talk about it.
I know.
I'm like, I want
That's
to.
why
I want to write a petition.
That's why I just bottle everything up and just pretend it doesn't happen.
And then I piss
Simple.
you off, and then you yell at me.
And then I freak out, and you're like, "What the heck?" And I'm like, "Sorry, I'm sorry." There was just this guy.
Only one of that was you.
There was just this one guy, and he just kind of looked at me out of the corner of his eye, and it's been stewing for weeks. Let me tell you, dude.
And the next guy that looks at you weird, you just punch him in the
And
face.
just explode.
Sorry, I'm
You just cut his throat and
full
just,
of
like,
emotions.
kids start going on a murder spree, and the police are like, "We never saw it happen. We never saw it coming. What was the trigger?" And I was like, "Do you see? It was just this guy cut me off in traffic the other
Here's
day."
my
and now
feelings journal. It starts back a year ago.
guy cut me off in traffic, and now I'm just a murderer. Just can't be stopped. It was just a wave of inevitable rage. But so we gotta get this out before you just go killing people.
Oh, yeah.
Also, apparently, there's no good jackets that cost a lot of money. I looked up expensive jackets, and they're all ugly. So, maybe that's why people are getting shamed. Maybe this is reverse. Maybe we're hearing
The nice people,
Maybe-
the people that wear nice clothes
Exactly.
get
Are
made fun
getting
of because they're
made fun
like,
of.
ha, who bought you that? Gucci? And they're like,
ew. Who's
I'm over here in my hobo jacket.
It's like, your jacket looks dumb. Wait, why'd you pay so much money for such a dumb looking jacket? And so now they're like, nobody can wear expensive jackets because all the kids with expensive jackets are getting ridiculed. So everybody has to wear a cheap jacket because otherwise
Right.
our school is just going to get torn apart by losers. Just people with lame jackets are just going to rip
People that
everybody
just-
else a new one.
Sewed leather, sewed pieces of cloth together to make a jacket. They're running the world now.
Yeah, this kid's just literally got like a freaking blanket wrapped around him, and he's like, "Hey, where'd you get your freaking actual jacket, loser? I just got a coat made out of a blanket."
I'm just wrapped in paper towels. That's my coat.
I went to the bathroom and I just emptied out that paper towel thing. This is
Paper
my
towels
coat.
and tape.
You freaking loser. That's
it even
what it
has
actually
a
is.
hood. It's like cardboard. It's like a box.
It's even got a hood, and he just puts a box on his head. Or it's like a
Or
paper
a paper bag yet with holes in it.
Loser. Going out and buying your jacket. I just made mine.
I made this, and as soon as I walked out of the bathroom, I got Student of the Month and Most Likely to Succeed.
Yeah, dude. Made my
They
own
called me
jacket.
innovated.
Yeah, that's what it actually is. So we
Maybe okay. I have it all wrong.
you gotta
I'm-
look at it from the other
I'm
direction.
good. My blood pressure is down again.
I distinctly remember ridiculing and making fun of kids for their dorky, super expensive jackets. You're right,
It's like,
my bad.
Man, you have Air Jordans. I'm wearing
Loser.
nothing.
Yeah. Although to be
I
fair,
literally just got
I
toilet
took
paper
your
back
shoebox.
there in my teeth.
I took your shoebox out of the trash can.
I am
and these are
wearing
my
your
shoes.
shoebox as my shoes. To be fair, I actually do remember, like, not actually making fun of kids, but I actually do remember, like, kind of, like, what the heck are you doing to kids who had, like,
See,
super expensive
nice
shoes
cars.
that looked dumb?
Nice cars. I made
Oh,
fun
yeah.
Of. Oh, you're in high school and your parents bought you the newest Corvette. Well, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's some, like, super expensive shoes. I'm like, that cost you, like, $10,000? Those shoes aren't very nice. I don't
They're not
think
comfy.
they're cool. They don't look cool in my
They
opinion.
don't look
anyway.
cool. They
So
serve
I
no
have,
purpose. Okay.
I guess, ridiculed that if it's that situation, but
I don't think it's that
yeah,
situation.
no, I don't think it is.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, if it is, I guess maybe I could see it, but I doubt it. Highly, highly doubt it. But, man, look at that guy. He just does not look like,
Anything?
yeah. What a
Okay,
guy.
so another thing we wanted to talk about, and by we I mean I just came up with this topic.
Dude,
This is Brad's rant
It is.
podcast.
I have
Time
so
for
much,
him to
man.
get it off his chest.
I just need to have another podcast just of me ranting and never post it because
He
no
just-
one wants to listen.
He just
But,
needs a platform to yell at things.
But this isn't even me yelling. It's just a thought. So
He's just mad about it, and he needs people to know.
pretty much any adventure movie, any
Avenger movie? Why do you hate? Why do you hate
Avenger
the
movie?
Avengers?
Great.
adventure is
The
out
Avengers are great.
there. The
Why do you hate
Avengers are
them?
out there.
The Avengers are out there.
Avengers
So
are
what
out
a
any,
good
there.
movie.
any video game that I play, we haven't
Okay.
played a board game in a while, so I can't count that. Or
Yeah.
a
If I
little,
haven't played a board game within the last month, technically I can legally say I've never played a video game.
no, just
or
because
a
my
board
feelings
game.
haven't been there during that. But like, literally, I compare everything to D&D right now because I'm going through the biggest D&D. What is it? Ah, knife. Biggest. What is it called?
D&D boner.
Withdraws. D&D
Boner, yes.
Yep.
You got the biggest D&D boner.
No, that's every second I play the
Just
D&D.
freaking raging, dude.
A D&D boner is actually called a B&B. It's just a D&D boner. You just create boner.
No,
boner.
B&B is bread and breakfast. Bed and breakfast.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a D&B.
Bread and
D&D,
breakfast?
Dungeons
It's
and
Dungeons
Dude, I
Boners.
have that every day.
That sounds like a porno.
Probably is.
No, so
Gotta look it
so
up now.
I have. Whoa. I have.
Well, I mean, curiosity's sake.
I have withdraws from playing D&D. It's been over a year because it was before you moved down here, Randy.
Yeah.
It was because you were playing with us over Skype or whatever we did.
Mm-hmm. Great experience. 10 out of 10. Would.
Well, not
good.
fantastic. Well, no.
There it is. It's
D&D porn is a thing.
It is a thing. Now
There's
we know.
A dragon dildo.
Come on. Like, did you really think it wasn't?
No, but now I know.
The more you know.
Rule 32. You always assume, but you gotta confirm.
So I played with my brother-in-law and sister, right?
Cool.
But that was like 20 minutes because they gave up. But so I have to play. My only thing about it is,
Let me know. Tell me.
in Georgia, I have one friend
Tell me why.
that plays D&D. I might have other friends, but I don't think so.
But he hates that person, so he really doesn't talk to him.
So Randy and I can't play D&D by ourselves.
Well, why don't you play with your friend? Why don't we all play? You, me, and your friend.
Oh yeah, because Randy's not my friend. So and then
I'm
I was
so confused why this is a
like,
problem.
oh, Bryce is moving down. We'll play with him. Oh wait,
And
two
that's
people
only
D&D
three.
is it's
Not as good.
not as good.
I would say like a good group, like the smallest
it's
group
like-
group
it's
size.
5 or
Four
6?
4 or 5.
4 people is the best because then you
4
have,
to 6?
you have one you
I
have
would
one
say-
DM, 3 players. The DM can play a 4th character. That
I
doesn't
would
talk
say-
very much.
Yeah, but like without having to do that, I would say really 5 people. Are
And I'm also not good enough as a DM because I've DM'd two games.
Once.
How did you think I DM'd that one time?
It was pretty meh. I never.
It
was
was
any
pretty
game
awful.
Oh, that's right. It was right before you. So I was DM'd.
That's why I said
for-
horrible because I.
It was a group of 3 people, and I feel like I did all right. I had played a lot of times before that, so
I believe in you.
But whatever.
I'm a believer.
But I don't think I could handle being a DM and a character unless that character never talked. But like,
Because you'd have a very difficult time.
but then I
trying
feel like
to...
I'm cheating because I know like when you fight monsters in D&D,
Mm-hmm.
there's always something that you don't know. You don't know their health until they're bleeding. You don't know if there's anything hiding behind, or if anything. So like, I would just have a hard time like.
Jeez.
Can you play as a ghost and just like maybe tell the truth and maybe not tell the truth and like
Look at that.
be somewhat immortal?
Jeez.
That one's me. I
Not
don't
that
know.
one,
I don't know if you like what.
Right there. It's a person.
But yeah, so like I don't know. So I think 4 people is the minimum you should have. 5 people.
Four player
characters.
characters.
4 player characters. Sorry, 5.
5
total
counting
people
a D&D.
is the best. No,
Five-
no.
five-
So 4
five,
people. 4
including
people. 1 DM, 3 players is the minimum.
Yeah, I would say minimum.
And it's still fun. I've played many times like just like that. It's
I
fun.
never have.
The best D&D game I've ever played. There was 1 DM and there was 5 players.
Yeah.
So
Most
it was
I ever had
almost
was
it was almost a little crowded.
right.
To me at least, but it was fun because everyone had a different thing that they were specialized in. 2 people had similar.
The biggest game I've ever played was 6 people with 1 DM, so
Okay.
7
was
altogether.
was that crowded?
It wasn't bad. Just because like
And mine was very story based, like heavily based, story based.
yeah.
Because I know yours wasn't that one time.
yeah no yeah. That's
And
because
so,
it wasn't
and
so
so
bad,
the
'cause
reason
they were
why
just
was
like, "Kill everybody."
because like there'd be a side thing with me, then a side thing with another person, side
Yeah.
thing, and
and
like
we never split
which
up.
was good. We didn't ever split up, but like I don't know, but like so it was all right.
split up.
We didn't split up.
We never split up. We just
well, I
split
guess
up.
like we went into one city and then we do
Jesus.
different things.
It's still mine.
Because yours was kind of just like you went to fight, right? And then you did stuff
Um,
if you wanted to. But ours was like
usually.
there was something that we were trying to get to in a big map, and then we like worked our way to it. We could go backwards, like we're just trying to figure out like going to different cities and stuff.
Yeah.
And like we'd separate to further our own story.
Did you have
and
a
stuff.
map though?
Yeah.
We did not.
Oh, okay.
Ours was just like and
So,
you're on your way.
The reason why
And you
that
get
one
there
was one of
and
my
you're there.
favorites is it felt a little crowded because of that, but there was just so much to reference. We had maps, we had this, that, all kinds of stuff that we were working with. And I've played a game where we've only used dice and a piece of paper. Nothing, no figurines, no anything.
Yeah, that's what that first
so,
ever
like,
time I
see,
played.
that's
the
fun.
only way I've ever played actually.
Okay.
Sorry.
But yeah, so I need to play D&D. That's the base of this whole thing. So Bryce, when you get down here, hopefully Randy and I will be able to find a friend in time to all play.
You got a friend in me.
Bryce, have you ever DM'd?
You got a friend
Never.
in me.
My experience in D&D is I played it for 20 minutes.
Oh. And then Randy, you've never DM'd.
Nope, never have.
So let's find someone that has DMs so I don't have to do it. Or make Randy do it. Yep. All right.
No, I don't ever want to DM. No, please. No, please.
Randy and I have the greatest idea for
I got a great idea.
brother characters, and you have another one, but that's dumb. We're gonna use our
Ouch!
wizard ones.
Damn freaking roasted, dude. Holy
Jeez.
crap.
Actually,
What
I
did
don't
just
think you told
witness?
me it.
I thought I told you. It was basically like I've had several ideas. I've had multiple. So I guess
Maybe we'll have a whole episode on D&D.
Nah, probably not because nobody likes it. But
Everyone likes D&D.
Irregardless.
All right. Well, that's my rants of the night. Anyone have something that they wanted to bring to the table?
That holy cow, people cheat. And I hate it.
Randy has been looking at pictures of dragons and reading about dragons this entire
It's from
time.
Aragon. It's from Aragon's.
Oh,
book
Aragon's
series.
great.
Yeah, I love it.
But I was just kind of confused.
Yes, so no, I was just because as I was talking about Charizard, I was like, oh man, Charizard, he reminds me of the Aragon books because they're great.
Apparently
And
not
then-
at all.
Dude, what the heck? Dude, they were great.
Yep. No. I love Aragon dragons, but compared to Charizard, who's not a dragon.
Lame. But no, yeah. So then I found a picture of all of the dragons in that universe compared by size. And in that universe, dragons, they don't stop growing. They'll just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's why they
the
turn to
longer they
ancient
get old.
dragons.
Basically. But yeah, so like this is the first one. Like this is the one that starts out in the
Movie.
in the book. Yeah.
Well,
And so
most people haven't read the books.
in birth order. So in birth order, it goes. This one's the oldest, then the black one.
Race?
Sorry. So that in the books, there's a golden dragon. He's born first. Then there's a black dragon. He's born next. Then there's the blue dragon. Then there's the red dragon, and then the green dragon is born last. And yet, size-wise, the black one is the hugest. He's colossally
Okay,
huge.
so like if you imagine a human compared to the
he's
the
maybe
state of
a
Georgia,
size of a
okay,
tooth.
a person compared to the state of, let's say, like New York.
Yeah.
That's about how big the dragon is.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. And so like the person would be about the size of a tooth of this dragon. It's huge. It's that big. The black one. And the black one is about 100 years old. The gold one is about 800 years old. And it's dwarfed by the black one.
Yeah, it's like as big as his foot.
It's small as heck because the black one, its owner was using magic to make it larger to like basically enhance its growth, and so it's the size of something that's like several thousand years old, but it's just huge. And then the red one is larger than the blue one because again, the red one, its owner was doing the same thing, making it grow faster than it should. And then the blue and the green didn't use any growth hormones, I guess you would say. So, but I was just looking through, and they're like, I was trying to remember and thinking that was how the ages were, but I wanted to make sure. But yeah, it's just crazy how big they were in the books, and how disappointed I am that movie sucked balls.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even.
It was
get
the
through
worst. It was literally Garbo. I'm trying to remember. So there's characters in that book. I don't remember what they're called. What's the guy from Mario Party? The guy with the beak. Let me see.
Koopa Troopa?
No.
Yep, I'm out of people. You spelled
I did
Mario
not spell wizard or Mario right.
Oh, him. It starts with a K. Kazoo? Nope, still a no. There's no O in Mario.
You're right, and it's also no. There is an O. There's no N.
N. That's what I
I've got N Marion. I was
Mario.
like,
It's a kazoo.
that guy. This guy.
Kazoo?
I think he just pronounced wizard.
Oh, it's Magic.
Magic Koopa. Yeah, there you go. So this guy. There was characters that kind of like were like that, but like not nearly as friendly looking. But like they were like had black cloaks, like full black cloaks, and then they were like insectish, but like with like beaks and stuff.
Like humanoid insects.
Yeah, humanoid insects with beaks and stuff, and like they were freaky as heck, and like they were horrific monsters that would just eat people, and they were just horrific. And yet in the movie, it
They
was
were
like
humans.
a mummy. No, it was a mummy.
Oh, was it? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
that's the one I was talking about. And then there were also characters in the Chronicles of Narnia. You know how they had like the Minotaur creatures? There were creatures in Aragon the exact same. They were
so,
Minotaur creatures.
I was gonna say. So
and yet in the movie,
as
they were just
many,
dudes.
I've seen. I mean, I try to watch every single movie that is based on a book that I read, and Aragon is probably the most unlike, but not even that, most almost disrespectful to the books.
Yeah, it's
Because like
the worst.
obviously they have to take stuff out in the movie. Obviously you can't have all the details that are in a book, But Aragon, I felt like I was watching a different movie than the book.
It was just.
Like, I just thought
It was like the
different
people who
genre.
had read the book. It was like the people who made the movie never even read the books.
Yeah, they just read
They
like
just didn't even try.
Spark Notes.
Yeah, if that, because like this is like people's drawings of like what they should have looked
But
like.
they were just gray people, right?
Yeah, like they look like Minotaur monsters. Like they're humanoid creatures, but they're completely monsters. They've got horns. They've got hooves.
Well,
They
basically a Minotaur.
yeah, exactly. Basically a Minotaur, but just like a little bit different. Basically on steroids, because they're not actually full like half bull, half human. So they're a little bit more humanoid, but they're also like a little bit more like a monster.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then in the movie, they were just literally normal dudes with some tattoos on them.
Yep.
It's,
With
super
axes
dumb.
and stuff. So like they tried, but like I don't think they wanted to waste time on that CGI or
Yeah.
prosthetics.
But because of that, it's garbo. Like that's what the dudes look like. Just a dude. He's just a dumb looking dude compared to what they should have been, which is freaking awesome.
Which is one thing I respect about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, which they tried really hard to get right.
It's fantastic.
And then what were these guys? I can't remember.
All the orcs looked so good, and they were like what I would have thought when I was reading the books.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a super disappointing thing. I'm trying to remember what they were called. What are they called? Oh, I guess yeah, this one.
While he's looking, Bryce, any final thoughts?
On Aragon?
No, on anything about the podcast? We're
Things,
hitting our
life,
hitting our hour mark.
life in general.
Quick question. What do you think is the most embarrassing
That's what they were called.
way to, or kind of position or act to die?
Most embarrassing way to die?
Yeah.
Elvis did it for us on the toilet.
True.
You think that's it?
I mean, is there an actual good like right answer?
I don't know. I'm just get
Um,
creative with it, man.
I did. I mentioned Elvis.
Jeez, you're the worst.
Want to call back, man?
I don't know, like
Ow. My knee hurts so bad.
ow.
My knee hurts.
What is that from?
My knee. I don't know what it's from. But yes, that's what they would basically look like. They basically look like
Yeah.
a kind of what's the
Something
word?
where you're naked. That's how it would be embarrassing. I mean, not that I care
Yeah.
about being naked because I'm totally fine with it, but like
Vulture. They kind of look like vulture, humanoid vulture things is
Yeah.
what they were supposed to look like. But then they always had black cloaks on, so you couldn't see what they looked like until they
kind
took
of
it
like
off.
Jawas.
They were freaky
Except for I
as
still
heck.
don't know what a Jawa looks like. Sorry, I had to say
And
something
then
about
what
Star
they
Wars.
just turn into like
But
big
then-
sweaty dude.
But literally in the movie, they were literally just
People.
mummies.
Oh, mummies. I can.
This is what they looked like in the movie. It was
remember at all.
this thing.
Oh,
It was
okay,
that thing.
okay.
Like,
Yeah.
That's what it was in the movie. It was just like a mummy-looking freak that couldn't talk, couldn't do anything. It just always just like was a freaking staring into nowhere. Whereas these things, they
And they're
had
like ninjas.
Yeah. Whereas
Which they weren't even magic people.
Whereas in this, they're full, like, super, like, in the books, they're super strong magic users that can have full conversations,
That
like,
eat
talk
people.
full things. They eat people, and they've also got, like, barbed tongues that when they bite you, they then stab you with the barbed tongue, so that way, if you
See,
do get away,
honestly, I didn't
it
even
injects you with
recognize
poison.
in the movie that's
I
what
know.
they were supposed to. Because I know these guys are awesome.
Yeah.
But when I was watching the movie, I was like, okay, they're not in it, but there's
Yeah.
these randos in here.
legitimately, until somebody said said
That
them
just
by
happened to me
name,
right
I was
now.
like, wait, that's who that is?
Yeah.
Like, what? It took forever for me to realize that's who it was, because I just, like, they don't look, and they look nothing, not even close
It's
to
the
what they're
difference
supposed
between
to be.
a person and like an ant.
Yeah, it's like, there was that person in this book, we decided to make him an ant, basically the same, like, you wouldn't even notice. It's like, no.
Size and
It's not
like,
even
everything. Like,
close.
that's so dumb.
And then in the books, they never even mentioned their parents, which this enemy, not this one, this one, that, the enemies that are like the vulture characters, they have parents, that they basically, in bug-like fashion, they go through a metamorphosis or whatever.
It's kind of like orcs in Lord of the Rings.
Kinda, but no.
Well,
so
I'm
with their
trying to
parents,
compare it.
their parents become. I'm trying to see like where like, I know I saw pictures. They become that thing, the thing that they're riding. They
Oh.
become like these birds that are like messed up freaking birds, and so they have that, and that's how they get around. Is the kids
I didn't
ride
know
their
that.
parents around as like freaking freaks, and then
Like
in the
like a
movie,
tricycle type.
Do they lose their magic ability?
no, they still have magic, but it's much less strong. They become a little bit more animalistic when they evolve, but they're
Oh,
much
okay.
stronger.
So they like devolve.
Yeah, but almost. But they're like stronger and they can survive better, and that's the only way that they can reproduce is in that second stage.
Oh,
Um,
I forgot about that.
But In the
wow.
movies, the parents never even exist. It's like
those guys came out of the ground.
exactly. Like he looks like he
They're just
summons.
mummies, dude.
It looks like he summons them
Mummies
out of
are
like
their
nowhere.
parents.
It's so dumb. Yeah, and so that's what their parents look like. They're like freaking monsters that are awesome, and yet in the movies never exist.
Weird.
Nothing doesn't exist, and it's just I think what we're really the root of what we're trying to say is like back down to the nitty gritty. It's just a garbage movie.
It's that I
It
hate
was.
sauerkraut. That's all I'm really trying to say.
That's all I'm really trying to say.
Well, I think even like worse than like just being like an objectively bad movie, it was a humongous disservice to the book. Man.
I thought you were gonna say it's just
Yeah, like,
humongous, or I thought you were gonna say other than being it just a generally bad movie, it was just a generally bad book series. It's gonna be like, excuse
Ooh,
me.
I would have been.
I haven't read them. I've read them. Good.
boy.
Very like it's probably one of my favorite
Such
book
a good book
series of
series.
ever. I just remember another one. Percy Jackson, great
Yeah.
books, movies, super disappointment.
Awful. I would say that Aragon's the worst
No, it's
representation,
worse.
but
Worse
yeah, it
than
is
before.
still.
That was
Definitely.
that was trying to figure out any
Yeah.
other ones that were like that bad. Like
Well,
Harry Potter.
Can you guys think of
can-
any? Like, do you guys know? Can you? I can't say. Try to figure out how to say it, but. Can you think of any other movie series that's worse? That is a worse representation from book to movie.
So
Worse than this?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never read the books, but I've heard that.
Well, then you've got no
Sorcerer's
room, Spike.
Apprentice was pretty bad,
Spike.
and
Wait, what?
What was?
Vampire's Assistant. It was like Vampire's Assistant and
Vampire's
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
So
I never read the
those
books. I just heard that they were bad,
Yeah.
and like they never got sequels. And I am number.
I am number
7?
4. Oh, I am number 7.
Number
No,
4.
oh,
8.
which one? There's I am number 4, and then there's like the seventh son.
Oh, there's 8.
No, it's
No,
I
Hamilton.
am number
Super
4. That's
Okay.
it. That one was pretty bad.
I was trying to think
Man,
of
there's
numbers.
so many numbered things.
And there's Star Wars episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I have to say
so
Star Wars
confusing.
Like it's just a lot of those like teen novel books are like, yo, we're gonna make a movie but not spend any money or do any research on it, so it turns out to be crap and nobody likes it. Oh well.
Yeah.
And it's kinda disappointing.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
something.
But yeah, that's as far as the ones that I can think of right now. Maybe it's just because I know that, like, that's like my childhood was this book series. But I can't think of a single movie series that's worse.
Percy Jackson for me comes
represented.
close.
Yeah, it's close.
I feel like I don't know. I read
Percy
at
Jackson
least the
actually
first
made
book,
out
and I felt like the
3
first
movies.
book was like slightly excusable.
Another series that like really started to die hard was, I mean, they did a little bit better at representing, but the Chronicles of Narnia series, like the first one,
Well,
the first one
movie
was
was
really
fine.
good,
Yeah.
and it followed the books really well. The second one was like, meh,
And
they
then
kind
Prince
of followed the book.
Caspian.
That was the second one.
Uh,
And then the
I
third
hated that
one
one.
was The Voyage of the Dawn Treader,
I
which
didn't
was
read that.
one of my favorite books. It was awesome.
I didn't watch
Barely
that
even followed the book. And then the fourth
Weird.
one was actually super cool, where like the fourth one, it was like crazy. Like they go down into like the world cracks open. They go down to a world where like super down in like this core of the earth, and like gems are still like molten hot at that point, and like you can eat them like food, and they're like awesome. It's like magic and it's crazy.
Dang, dude, that sounds delicious.
It's delicious, dude. They made gemstones that sound so tasty in that book. I wanted to eat.
It's like
a
the
sapphire.
OG
And
Hot
then,
Pockets.
right? And then this like the book was
Freaking
just, like,
diamond brand hot pockets.
the book was like wicked cool, and there was a prince in the book that he was under like the mind control of this witch, and like he was just like a jerk the entire book, and then they find out that he's just under control of this witch, and they break the curse, and he's a nice dude again. It's pretty cool, super good book. They never even got to that one because the movies were just the worst. So lame. But yeah, that's
And then I think Randy and I agree on something. I don't know about you, Bryce. This is probably blasphemy to everyone else. I like Harry Potter movies more than the books.
yeah.
But that's just because J.K. Rowling had nothing to do with them.
I mean, honestly, I enjoyed the books and the movies about the same, I'd say.
I hated the first Harry Potter book,
Yeah.
and the second one was good, but the second movie was better. First movie was hilarious just because of how bad the CGI was when Hagrid was hitting the rocks and the rocks started moving and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I gotta watch that movie again. Forgot about that.
Yeah. The one thing about the Harry Potter books or movies, sorry, is that the CGI is not great in the
Until
first
like
ones.
the sixth one.
Well, I would say
No,
like
3 got pretty good. Prisoner of Azkaban, but then Goblet of Fire was awful.
I don't think it was that bad. Those like the
So-
mermaids, they look
Yeah.
pretty okay.
Ooh.
They weren't great, but they were better than like the troll in the first one.
Oh
was
my gosh,
awful.
yeah.
So comparatively, they
What a
did get
freaking
better.
legend,
Because
dude.
well, like when I watched it the first time on VHS, it was
So
fine.
broken.
I didn't even realize.
That's
and then,
because
and
you
then we
had
watched
also
it in
never
like
seen something better by then.
HD and everything, and then well, Star Wars on VHS looks just as good as 4K Star Wars. Sorry, I have to. I'm getting it all
Not
out.
true.
Yes.
They all just look
Is
awful.
that for real, Brad? I think you're like.
Well, I mean, it's
It's
definitely
quite
biased.
weird.
100%
Definitely
biased. But then Harry Potter. Wait, what am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh, Harry Potter. Like 4K for the first one looks way better
Yeah.
than like VHS. But the VHS, I didn't even tell. But like the 4K, you definitely see how much like they didn't try because they didn't
Yeah,
improve
yeah.
it ever. But like,
Why would you? You never need to. Who cares?
J.K. Rowling.
Nah,
It's
I don't
perfect
care.
as it is.
Perfect. It's perfect. It was amazing from the start and will never
They
get
say it's
better.
4K, but we just copied it from the VHS copy.
Yeah. So I'm looking up pictures from a different movie or a different book.
That's Diablo.
Yeah, and it's got a picture of Diablo in it,
Just
as
'cause
one of
you
the
know it
pictures
not.
from where it's like, that's not what that is at all. And there's another one. It's like that's not what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's I think the best. That's the worst movie
Oh,
port
totally. I
that I
agree.
could think of. And then there's some that are pretty bad as well. All I'm saying is like everyone gives ports from books to movies like a bad rap, but I think it's mainly because there's some really bad
Well,
ones.
because
out
most
there.
of the time it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I just read this book, I watched the movie, it was awful because they missed one little detail
Yeah,
here.
it's
It's
like,
like, I mean, that's pretty good. If,
Yeah.
if you compare it
If
to
you
that
compare it
to
to some
Aragon,
other things.
then you can't even compare.
where they got this. It's like somebody read the synopsis of the book and they're like, all right, we got it. Let's make a movie.
Or they read the
They
Spark.
literally
guy
just
gets
looked
a
at the
dragon,
Spark
they
Notes,
read-
read
they-
half of it,
they
and we're like,
read-
all right,
Yeah.
I need money.
They read the Spark Notes and then they're like,
Exactly.
let's change this.
Yeah.
So they change even just the Spark Notes. Then the movie's
Guy gets a dragon, fights a bad guy, ends
Wait.
up winning.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Main guy dies.
How
Or
to
main-
Train Your Dragon.
Main trainer dies.
His dad
Cool,
died.
done. Yeah. No, his dad doesn't die.
I mean,
Nobody dies in
forgot about
How You Train Your Dragon. Everybody survives.
I need to watch that movie. That's such a good movie.
I just watched it the other day. It was great. Great movie.
It's great.
It's great.
Oh man, new one coming out. Freaking
Isn't it
Lady
already
Dragon, dude.
Wait, how many are there now?
It's coming out. I don't know. This is like the fourth one, I think.
Okay.
Oh, I've only heard of the two.
See,
Are there more?
I've only heard the two.
So there's the first one, the second.
There's
I
the
don't
first
know.
one, the second one, the
There's
third one.
either-
Well, it's okay.
There was like a half one that was like basically just like a reference and like it
Oh, I
was like
thought
the
it was-
Christmas special.
Yeah.
So I don't
I
think.
don't pay attention to those movies.
Yeah, exactly.
honestly.
So I didn't know if you were counting those as like the third, fourth, fifth one.
So there's the one that's like OG, right? And then there's the next one where
It's not
like
OG.
the
It's
dude that's taking
OG.
control of dragons, right?
I don't remember.
He's like a dragon tamer / abuser.
I honestly have not seen the second one, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I've only
Yeah.
seen the first one.
But I don't know. All I'm trying to say is movies are great, but they suck when the book is great and then they make a bad movie, and I'm sad about it.
What I want to do is make a book, be very successful, but an awful book. They make it a movie, and it's way better. And I star in it.
I don't think that's gonna happen, only because the books are always better. Gotcha. What book other than Harry Potter?
Berenstein Bears books are awful compared to the PBS show Berenstein Bears.
I did not know there was a movie or a show.
I didn't even
That's a
know,
show
dude.
though. Different
The more
story.
you know.
That's a different show. That's a show versus a movie.
Comic book Marvel is better than
It's
movie
different.
Marvel to me.
It's different. It's different. Because of the I don't know why, but it's because there's a reason why.
Hypocrisy. If that means the same thing.
Because it's a
as being
comic, not a
hypocrite.
book. That's why. Done. Easy. Hit me with another one.
Anyone that likes comic books, come kill him because
I'm
comic
not
book
saying
is
that
a
it's-
book.
I'm not saying that it's better
Don't
or
actually
worse.
kill
I'm just
him, I
saying
need my
there's a different
friends.
thing. There's a
No.
different thing between a book and a comic.
Okay, a graphic novel compared to a book.
Different. Graphic novel versus a novel. Different. It's
And I've
different.
never read a book before. I'm just kidding.
All of my books, I just read through pictures. Oh yeah, I think
Oh,
I got the synopsis.
Because the words I feel like are just like the explaining the picture. I don't need that.
Yeah.
That's why I thought there's only 4 pages in the Bible.
Wait, there aren't? My bad. But Other than that, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us.
Wrap us up.
Yeah.
It's gonna wrap.
Just
Catch
wrap
us
it
Gonna
next
up.
wrap us
time in
up
the
in
kitchen.
toilet paper so we
Kill
can go to
yourself.
school and get shamed.
That's gonna do it for us this week. Let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about next week. Let us know, because I want to know. I want to get angry. If there's any other books / movies that you can think of.
Well, yeah, like,
that are
like
garbage.
tell us
Write a
stuff. Like,
comment.
I want to know.
we love going crazy. We love getting angry. We
I
like,
like-
being nice too, but we love being angry. Give us something controversial. We will
I
go
want
ham.
to get mad about books that were great that are now movies that are awful. So if you can think of any others that we didn't mention,
Yeah.
or books that should become movies, 'cause
So,
there's some good.
Start following us on social media: Instagram,
Now, do it right now.
Facebook.
All right, we're gonna stop
Twitter.
this podcast. We're gonna wait, and we're not gonna finish until you follow us right now.
DFI podcast.
Nope, we're gonna wait. All right, never mind. We're going.
Okay, back to YouTube.
We feel like you guys got it.
YouTube is DFI. No, it's Deep Fried Ideas.
Maybe that's why
That's
they
our
don't
channel.
follow us, because they can't figure it out.
Everything has a different name. Email us dfi.pcast@gmail.com.
Everybody emails nowadays.
No one emails, but you know.
And if you need to fax us, too bad, because nobody
we
does
have a
that.
PO box.
It's called 111
Go F yourself.
111 does not exist. Invalid address.
had friends.org.
If it comes up as invalid
and
address,
if you subscribe to any of those and want like a personal line, I will give you Bryce's number and you
Yep.
can talk to him.
Yep.
whoa,
That's
whoa.
true. That's our personal line is Bryce. He takes any calls and
I edit. Randy talks. Bryce communicates.
takes phone calls.
Just kidding. But no, totally. We love we have so many subscribers now too, or I guess followers on Instagram. We're getting really good views on our podcasts every week. So just check us out. We love talking.
And other than that, have a great week. We'll see you next time. Love
Have
ya.
a good one, jabronis.